Hi there. I have a question for you. Do you want to earn more than 75 lakh rupees per year? If yes, then this video will tell you how you can make that a reality. And this video is all about something called XAT. Now, before I go ahead and talk more about XAT, if you're new to JagranJosh's YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel because it is the home of every serious aspirant. It is the home for all your career related queries. Won't that be amazing if you subscribe and learn a lot from here instead of meeting us just in passing, just as an accident? My name is Vikrant Kathuria. I am your personal coach for all your aptitude exam related queries on this particular channel. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So when we say XAT, what exactly is this? So XAT is Xavier Aptitude Test. It is a test, it is an exam which is conducted by XLRI Jamshedpur, and this is an exam that opens the doors for the MBA or the PGDM programs in the country for you, at least some of those doors. In case you have heard of this exam called the CAT, then you can think of XAT as a similar exam. But that said, now that I've called them similar, you may ask, okay, in that case, I know about CAT, I know that's a premier exam, so I should go ahead and appear for the CAT. Should I even consider the XAT? Well, I can give you the short answer, but before that, how about I help you discover that answer? So tell me something. Do you think you would want to go ahead and do your MBA or your PGDM from a premier college in the country? If you've answered in affirmative, well then XAT is an exam that opens the doors of more than 160 colleges for you. And these 160 colleges include colleges like XLRI Jamshedpur, XIM Bhubaneswar, Goa Institute of Management, so IMI, MICA, 4, IMT, IRMA, KJ Somaya, Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, all of these. So that 75 lakhs per annum figure that I quoted, well, that was the highest package received at XLRI Jamshedpur this year. And that could have been you, right? Now, you may look at it and you would like, you are smart, right? You'd be, why do you really talk about a clickbait figure like 75 lakh when you know that only one person gets it? Okay, then let me be reasonable with you. The average salary of the top 10% individuals at XLRI Jamshedpur was 51.5 lakh per annum. Now, I'm sure you'd be able to get into the top 10% of the batch, but if you are worried about even that, how about top 25% of the batch? Now, you are here at JagranJosh. That tells me that you are a committed individual. You'd definitely be able to be in the top 25% of the batch. And the average for top 25% at XLRI Jamshedpur this year was 43 lakh rupees. In fact, if you are in the top 25%, in most of these colleges, you can expect at least 15 lakh per annum. So if I talk about Lal Bahadur Shastri, around 15 lakhs. If I talk about MICA, top 25%, you'd be around 25 lakhs. And that's an excellent start for somebody who's a beginner, and things can only improve. Things can only go up. So if you are somebody who is looking at that kind of a career journey, that kind of a start to your career, I'd have no doubt that you should appear for the XAT exam. And I'll give you one more good reason, and that is hedge your bets. Now that you are thinking of preparing for B school exams, or if you are preparing, it is always wiser to write as many exams as you possibly can with that preparation. And among all the other B school exams, I personally consider XAT definitely worth it. So if you want my opinion, you should absolutely apply to XAT. And there is one more good reason that I will share with you towards the end. Now, in case you've now made up your mind to appear for the XAT exam, here are some of these important dates. The exam will be conducted on 5th of January 2025, but you can apply to XAT only until 30th of November 2024, which is just a few days away. So if you have not applied to it yet, the moment you are done watching this video, just go ahead and go to XAT Online and make sure that you register. Now, Once you do register, you are going to start your preparation for that. So it's only fair that I tell you about the paper pattern. Okay, so this exam is different in quite a few ways from the CAT, and the moment you look at the pattern, you'd know why. So this exam is spread across two sections. So part 1 and part 2. Part 1 has 170 minutes allotted to it, and there are 3 sections within part 1, but there is no sectional time limit unlike the CAT exam. So you decide to depend as much time as you want to spend on whichever area. So you can actually focus more on your strengths, right? So the 3 sections are verbal and logical ability, decision making, and quantitative ability and data interpretation. This analysis is based on the last 3 years of that exam pattern. Now part 2 has seen some change this year. Until last year, the XAT exam also asked you to write an essay. This year they have dropped it. You just have 20 general knowledge questions, and that's a segment that you need to prepare. So all in all, it's going to be a 3-hour 10-minute exam where your score of part 1 will determine whether you're shortlisted for the next round or not. And if you are shortlisted, when you are shortlisted, the part 2 will come into picture for XLRI Jamshedpur then. Now, apart from this, there are some more differences between CAT and XAT. So let me go ahead and highlight those differences as well. So the first difference is in the marking scheme itself. So in the XAT exam, you get +1 for every right answer choice, but they deduct 0.25 marks when you get a question wrong. But that said, there is no negative marking for GK. Now, although there is no negative marking for GK, but this is one of the, in fact, this is the only exam in the Indian context which penalizes you for leaving some questions unanswered. So if you write the XAT exam, they say that, hey, feel more than free to leave 8 questions unattempted. We're talking about part 1. Okay. So every question that you leave unattempted beyond the first 8, they impose a penalty of 0.10. So that introduces another element of consideration for you. And additionally, the CAT exam typically gives you 4 answer choices, whereas in the XAT exam you get 5 answer choices per question. All of them are MCQs. There is no non-MCQ or theta question variety, and therefore you need to mentally kind of adjust for that 5 option scenario. Apart from that, there are quite a few differences within those sections in terms of their composition and the areas that they touch upon. So for example, one big difference is poem-based RC. So in XAT, every year we get 1 or 2 poem-based reading comprehension segments, right? So CAT is mostly about prose. They have experimented with poetry in the past, but it has been more of an oddity, an anomaly, whereas in XAT, it is a feature. So you do need to now start reading all those poems as well. Apart from poems, you also get vocabulary based questions. To be more specific, they typically ask you one fill in the blank question, which will have 3 or 4 blanks. It's going to be a combination of vocabulary, grammar, reasoning, comprehension, but then vocabulary does play a role and a rather significant role there, so you need to be ready for that as well. Beyond that, you also get grammar based questions, mostly error identification. So if I talk about the CAT exam, there is no grammar there, not for quite a long while now. But in XAT, you can expect some error identification questions to come your way that you need to go ahead and deal with. So that's about the English related changes. But then you also get critical reasoning as a component. So critical reasoning is also a part of the CAT, albeit in an indirect manner. Almost 1/3 of your reading comprehension questions there are critical reasoning questions. Now XAT is one of those exams which will also ask you direct paragraph based critical reasoning questions. So that's another area that you are expected to go ahead and focus on. And then they have an entire section dedicated to decision making. So they give you a lot of different situations, a lot of different scenarios, and they ask you to opt for the best course of action or the best decision in that particular domain. This is one section that a lot of people struggle with, and they find it a little ambiguous, but with right guidance you can definitely go ahead and ace this particular section. And finally, you also have GK. Now the GK asked in the XAT exam is a little unusual. So if you have seen exams like say SSC or banking, etc., you have GK there. But then that GK is very formulaic in nature, where even if you are somebody who has gone through those the summaries of months, the month at a glance kind of a thing with a lot of questions, you can hopefully succeed. The XAT can at times get into questions which can be answered only by those who have been reading a newspaper regularly, and that is where reading Dainik Jagran every day can give you an edge. So if you read newspaper every day, it will definitely put you leagues ahead. So do consider going through Dainik Jagran every day. And in case all of these differences are getting a bit too much for you, don't worry, we have you covered. We will bring more sessions where we talk about the strategies and the nuances of each one of these elements, so that you know exactly what to focus on, how much to focus on, and from where to acquire all of those things. So stay tuned and you will definitely get all of those channels. That is why I asked you to press that bell icon, so that whenever we upload a video, you are the first one to know. So I will leave you with this thought today. So you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So do not delay for even one more moment. Go ahead, start your preparation. We have your back. In case you want to know anything else, please drop a comment below. यार जागरण जोश को बताएं. जागरण जोश को बताने से ही बात बनती है. So that's it from me in this particular video. I look forward to meeting you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until we meet next, stay safe, stay focused, stay in touch. Have a great day ahead.